Thank you for joining us for the Tradex Foods 3-Minute Market Insight, the Monday Morning Pulse Report for seafood purchasers. Some fast facts to start this week. Raw material pricing on pollock and haddock are holding steady. Pollock is going for about $1,500 a metric ton and haddock for $2,600 a metric ton. Pacific cod continues to be in very short supply and raw material pricing is around $3,500 a ton. Alaskan chum raw material are being offered to Chinese packers for between $5,100 and $5,300 a ton. This is a $1,000 a ton increase over last year, and packers are holding out in hopes that prices will come down. In the news this week, salmon and halibut. Let's start with sockeye. After a strong and early start, the Bristol Bay Sockeye harvest has slowed down and may be closing much sooner than expected. The Bristol Bay harvest was projected at 28.5 million fish, but as of July 13th, only 19.5 million had come in. Most of the fish coming in are 3 ocean fish, meaning they've been out in the ocean for 3 years before returning. It appears the fish that are missing are the 2 ocean fish, and no one seems to know what's happened to them. The Gulf of Alaska sockeye fishery is still on track to meet the forecasted harvest, but the Bristol Bay fishery is the biggest in the world, and the reduced supply has already pushed up prices. 4 to 6 pound H&G fish went from $305 to $350 last week. Now on to pinks. Last week we reported that Alaskan pink salmon was coming in heavy, and now we are hearing the same thing for Russian pinks. As of July 11th, 100% of gutted head-on pink salmon caught in the East Kamchatka was staying in the domestic market. This is because domestic prices are about $2,500 US per ton, while foreign buyers are only bidding between $1,600 and $1,800 a ton. Prices in Moscow are not falling in concert with the increasing supply because the buyers have run out of old inventory and the empty market is easily absorbing both salmon and salmon roe. In other news, halibut prices have been increasing fairly consistently over the last 12 months, but they seem to have finally reached a plateau. Current prices for H&G frozen fish are quoted at $8.65 for 40/60s and 60/80 pounds. This is an increase of 12% above the 52-week average and a 30% increase over the same week last year. The halibut quota is down 19% this year, and landings are coming in more slowly than expected. Supply is at equilibrium with demand, and it is likely that prices will hold at current levels for some time. Thank you for joining me for the Tradex Foods 3-Minute Market Insight. This is Robert Reierson. Buy smart and eat more seafood.